Okay, guys, I'm telling you right now, they after me. I'm joking. But I told you, I'm not here to preach or teach you nothing or no craziness like that. It's just for me to give you information. The source is just it's just like a warning guide. It's like those dating for dummies type thing. It's just when you step into a situation, you're like, bro, what? Because a lot of times when you don't really know yourself, you listen to friends, you listen to family, you listen to social media on how you should act because you're scared to do whatever the hell you want to do, and that's just what it is. But that's what the source is about. The source is like, listen, this dude, I've been in that situation because we've all been in literally probably the same situations. That's what I said. Like a lot of times, the people that are attracted to you, and when a bunch of people start being attracted to you, it's two things. It's either they see the weakness in you or you're different. Now the problem is you don't really know that unless you know yourself. So if you don't know yourself and you're sitting there saying, "Oh, everybody's attracted to me, everybody wants to be around me," they might want to be around you because they know that this dude got money and he always take care of all the people around him, or they know that this girl gives it up and she always, if you like her, you gonna get it, and that's just what it is, and that's just a part of the warnings and a part of the drip, the sauce, what I was trying to put you guys onto in the last two episodes. But we're not gonna sit here forever and talk about stuff like this. We just gonna get back to our old conversations and stuff. We gonna get back to everything that brought you here in the first place. So this is, I'll probably say, I don't even know if I would say this is the last type of episode like this. But if you like them, they'll be around. If you don't, you tell me shut up, and there's plenty more shit for me to talk about. So most of the sum up, I'll try to sum it up and make this like a trilogy, like the Matrix. Y'all saw the Matrix. Matrix is kind of crazy. The first one was bananas. Imagine taking a pill and your life being. We ain't even gonna talk about that. I'm just I'm just gonna put it all together. So it's kind of crazy because I took a little bit of time between making these episodes, and between the little bit of time that I took to make these episodes, it was interesting because I came up with like this kind of like idea and this thought and this theory. And I realized that a lot of times you can't focus on who's behind you and who's beneath you. And I say that because at the end of the day, like I said, we've all lived it. We've lived in situations where you're constantly trying to help somebody. You're constantly trying to pull them up to you. Does it work? Because you tell me. Like this is what these conversations are for. Does it work when you're constantly giving somebody money, when you're constantly trying to get somebody to where you're at? We've dealt with situations where in the past, this person was amazing to me. In the past, this person treated me good, but today they don't. So you're just, you feel like, okay, cool, I can get it back. They'll wake up one day, but they don't wake up, bro. Everything is human nature and evolution, and it's hard to be self-aware. It's hard for you to wake up and say, yo, what I'm doing right now is wrong. Nobody wants to take that. Go back to a few episodes when I talked about the bubble. I lived in a bubble. People live in a bubble where literally all of your friends and all of your family say that you're doing the right thing, and you out there drop kicking kids and throwing old ladies across the street. Like it, nobody cares. As long as your circle is telling you is right, you don't really feel entitled. You don't really feel that the world matters, and that's what it takes to become special and different. Is when you break yourself down and you start catering to the world instead of the three, four people that's around you. But I say that you can't keep looking at the past. Now I say stop looking below you Stop looking at the past. You look to the side of you. When you look at to the side of you, that might not be the person to the side of you is the person that chose to be there with you, no matter what the situation is, no matter how much you're fighting, no matter how much you're 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 struggling to get through life. That person is they're right there with you. They're to the side of you. They're there. And sometimes like you might go through hell, sometimes that person might go through hell. But at the end of the day, when you have feelings for somebody, there's a certain boundary that you don't cross because you know at the end of the day, like, yo, is this person's heart is it's like it's pure for me. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day, we all do what we do in the dark. Like you can see the most you see that shit every day on the news. Such and such is doing got a whole crack house in the back of their basement. Who knows? All this stuff. But that's what you do in the dark. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to what your interaction with that person is. And I know a lot of times it can be smoke and mirrors, but I think that's just what it is. You can't take anybody for anything else. Like, what's the definition of a lie? Somebody just telling you something that's not true. Like, how do you know that? You don't know that. How do you know what somebody's doing when they're not around you? You don't know anything about anything. Like, at the end of the day, all you base your interaction with somebody off of is that that word right there, the interaction, the me and you in this moment right now. And that's how they treat you, and that's all you really can go on that. So I say that as far as the person standing to the side of you, you appreciate that person that chose to take time out of the one life that we have to be to the side of you. And you also look forward. Looking forward means sometimes you're single, sometimes you're not in the right space where you're fighting and you're trying to make it through life, but you know exactly what you want and you know exactly the feeling that you want to have in life. And that's the person that you feel is right for you. Everybody's different, everything's unique. And sometimes it might be the person that's beside you. Sometimes the person beside you isn't there yet, guy or girl. Sometimes the person beside you is literally like they're trying their hardest. Like there was times where I was literally eating $5 pizzas with somebody in a relationship. $5 pizzas, like sharing $5 pizzas, like on a weekly basis. I don't. Now I'm thinking like I can go to any restaurant I want in New York, literally, like make a reservation tonight, and it's just like you don't know what the future is for you. But at the end of the day, you either put that trust in the person beside you, or you put when you look forward, that's you putting that trust in yourself that you're able to be by that person's side. You see what I'm saying? You can't be beneath or you can't be behind that person because then you're going to create the same problem. The person that you're in love with, the person that you have feelings for. I throw around love. I don't really throw that around like that because everybody's love is different. Like there's people that sit there and say, "Hey, I love you," and then they tell the next person, "Hey, I love you." I focus on respect a lot because at the end of the day, like respect respect creates borders in your relationship that lead to you being happy and in love. But that's a whole nother ball game. And like I said, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that I was just throwing out there, information, a lot of the source, the drip. But just take that little quote, because that's something I honestly can say I never heard. I made that up. Do not look at the people below you or behind you. Love the people on the side and in front of you. I'm telling you, like, and at the end of the day, it starts with loving yourself. Because once you love yourself, that's where the positivity starts. So we'll leave this trilogy and get back to getting crazy like we always do. I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you. Like always, we out.